Guys, I was feeling so good today. It's Monday, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you guys about combat sports and YouTube boxing and Max Griffin ripping people's ears off, and I just felt good. And then I realized I had to talk about Tennessee football, and damn it. This is a day ruiner, man. This is an absolute day ruiner. Okay, we got to talk about it. So, Tennessee football, man. What do we say? What do we say about this? It's the same shit. Excuse my language, but it's the same shit. Tennessee loses to Arkansas this weekend, 24-13 on the road, and it didn't look like a different football team at all. The first half, Tennessee ran the football really well, got into field goal range, kicked a couple of field goals that I thought they should have been trying to. I mean, not that they weren't trying, but they should have scored touchdowns. They were kicking field goals early in the first half. JG was doing his thing, not turning the ball over, but also not making any big plays. So there wasn't a lot of criticism that I could really bring other than the fact that they were playing it safe like they normally do in the first half. And then in the second half, to no one's shock at all, Arkansas decides, you know what? They can't beat us through the air. They can't throw on us. So we're going to stack 8, sometimes 9 in the box, and they're not going to run the football on us. They're just not. And again, to no one's surprise, they stopped Tennessee's run, got the ball back, the defense started to get butchered up, and that was it. Arkansas makes a 24-0 run and wins the game? Is that what it was? Yeah, they made a 24-0 run in the second half and beat Tennessee. Felipe Franks looked like a fucking superstar at quarterback. And it's because Tennessee doesn't understand that you have to score more points. And I know this is a shocking revelation to everybody that watches college football. The Tennessee coaching staff has no clue that you have to score more points than the other team to win a football game. You can't just beat them in the first half and then be like, we won the first, so it's probably, if they win the second, it's like a 1-1 tie type thing, No, that's not how it works. And it's so baffling to me that you continue to see, and I'm putting this on the coaching staff at this point. It's not just Jarrett Garantano, because you're showing us that no matter who's at quarterback, and yes, Jarrett Garantano makes some bad decisions, and he will have to live with that. And as a Tennessee fan, I don't think that he is the best option for this team to win football games. But when you're talking about a guy like Harrison Bailey, Brian Maurer, they get put in the same situation, and continuously they don't get the opportunities to push the ball down the field. And if they do, it's on a 3rd and 13. It's on a 2nd and 12. It's not in a position where they can be successful, because you give them first down, a +1 run. Second down, a screen pass that goes for -2. And now we're in 3rd and 13 because we don't take the chance early in the sticks to move the ball down the field. You don't give us any type of route combination that's going to stretch a defense that allows the run game to open up. It's 5-yard hitch. It's a slant. It's an out route at like 5 yards. It's a 10-yard comeback, or it's a go. There's no 10 and ends. There's no post pattern. There's no playing the high-low with the safety. Where is that? There's no seams. There's no play action. Nothing. I'm fine with running the football, but you can't just run the football down to 1, 2, and 3, or down 1 and 2 and throw a screen on 3rd down. We have to be able to stretch the defense, or everyone, and I'm saying everyone, which we've seen this. Kentucky did it. South Carolina, I don't know why we didn't see it. They did it. Alabama didn't even have to do it. Georgia did it. They will pack the box, and they'll just stop the run and live with you playing one-on-one on the outside. It baffles me. It really does. This falls squarely on Jeremy Pruitt, man. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but it seemed like Jeremy Pruitt was the guy. It seemed like he was the guy to bring this team back to prominence if you gave him the time. And we're giving him the time, but this is year 3, and he's talking about we're still so young. I get it, but how are these other programs turning it around in 1 or 2 or 3 years, and we're just stuck? You know what I mean? Like, we're just stuck in this position. Miami has turned it around, and I know they're not playing in the SEC, but I can point to a list of programs. Notre Dame's turned it around. Florida's turned it around. Georgia's turned it around. And granted, those teams didn't necessarily have the fall off that we've had for the long period of time, but it's not like we're losing in recruiting. We're losing on the field. So there's not a connection. There's some kind of missing link between when we get these high-level guys in and we get them experience and they don't get better, and then we still lose. So it has to fall on the coaching staff. What is the coaching staff's responsibility? Game plan, make kids better when you get them to the program and find ways to win games. We're 0 for 3. We are 0 for 3 on those. We have 1, 2, 3, maybe a handful of guys that have gotten better in this program. Trey Smith, Henry To'oTo'o, the running backs, Bryce Thompson. I think that kid is a flat-out star on the defensive side. But it's just, it baffles me that every week we find ways to lose games. Play well in the first half. The only adjustment a team needs to do is go, they're just running the football. We'll just pack 8 in the box and we win the game. Tennessee coaching staff. Listen, I wasn't one of the guys that was calling for this early in the season, but time after time, I'm starting to see that this isn't necessarily just a JG or an offensive stagnation problem. It's a coaching staff problem. So I got to say it. We either got to fix this or we got to start looking in another direction. The Jeremy Pruitt era depends on the last part of this season, or it could be over.